dude, some of this AI like deep fake stuff is kind of creepy.
Yeah, fortunately, it's not very good yet. But man, it's about to get. That's the thing that's kind of crazy. Like every new version of ChatGPT that comes out is like significantly better. I mean, there's still a lot of things wrong with it, but like there's I don't know. We were looking at the Bing last week. I was looking at the Bing chatbot thing that came out, which is pretty good. And then Google's got Bart, which is not very good. And there's like AI PRM. It's wild. You could just do like so many crazy things with it. Like you can say like just if you're building a website from scratch, like you want to build like a niche site, like you can say like, give me an SEO roadmap, and it'll just put out all the content you need to make, like what you need to do to beat your competitors. It's like crazy.
You know what's interesting is the audio stuff, man. The video you could spot it, right? And I saw somebody that had done a video of like Biden giving a speech that was like really awful. It was really awful. But it was so clearly satirical.
Yeah.
Right. Like it was so clear.
Super fake.
Yeah. I'm going to try to like see if I get my lighting is just bad no matter what. It is what it is. It was so clearly fake, but it was fake. It was clearly fake because of the content and what he was saying. Right.
Yeah.
And not like because it looked fake. But some of the audio stuff, man, like I saw somebody did a Kanye one, and dude, just listening to it, like if I just heard it, I would have thought it was a new Kanye song.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, this stuff's gonna get. I hope that these companies start putting watermarks on their content in some way. Like because I think they're gonna get regulated if they don't. Like I think that I think this stuff's gonna get fast tracked to regulation pretty quick because it's so dangerous that they could put something out with Biden talking or whoever's the president talking and saying some wild shit, and then what happens with that? So I feel like that if these companies are responsible at all, they should do something so that we know what's real and what's fake. But I don't know, man. Companies like to make money. So
and how easy is it? Like you leak a recording of a private conversation of a person. And like, I can see that, man. I can see that happening in politics. Like, can you, I mean, I just like totally screwed up this thing here, but like, can you see that? Like, if I'm just gonna say like, if Trump were reelected, just because I know there's a lot of, like people would go crazy about that. But like, I could see somebody going like, hey, here's an audio of some inappropriate stuff that he said in his limo, and it coming out. And then like, if it's just audio, like how do you tell? How do you know? Right.
Yeah. People would, that guy says some wild stuff sometimes.
Exactly. So like
this is real.
Man. Yeah. And that's the thing. And that was why, like I said, Biden earlier, like Biden has trouble speaking sometimes. And sometimes he says he has like a slip, but he doesn't just regularly say wild stuff. Right. Whereas like Trump does. Polished. Yeah. So you can see, like, you could hear it and go, I could see him saying that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So how do you know it's real? Right. And that's the same for,
it's not good,
man. How many, like celebrities or even business owners, like where they get just destroyed for a tweet.
Oh yeah.
Right. In the past, like, wasn't it like Kevin Hart, like that lost like the Oscars or something because of some 8-year-old tweet?
Yeah. He said something. God, what did he say?
I don't remember something what it was, but
it was something like, if my son was in a dress, I'll hit him with a dollhouse or something. It was something, very ridiculous. But I mean, especially in that climate when, people were not happy about this thing.
But it's just like, just imagine like somebody goes, hey, look at this, this thing we unearthed,
It makes me nervous. We're in a weird time. It's like everything's changing so fast, which is like, there's opportunity in that. If you can figure out how to take advantage of some of those changes. And like, those are things that like I'm looking at, and I know we're looking at, like, but man, it's just all moving so quickly. And then you get lists like TikTok ban, AI, Like
And people,
I miss the days when it was just like Facebook, like very steady Facebook stuff. And had some YouTube
yeah,
and yeah.
people aren't paying attention to this though. Like it's, dude, I never would have thought that this would be something that we would talk about so much on the show this year. Like the first time we brought it up, I thought that was going to be the one and only time that we talked about it, honestly.
Yeah.
And it's been a constant. It just keeps coming up because things keep happening. And it's one of those things like you and I are not keeping up with it as much as other people in the industry.
Yeah.
Right. But we know what's going on with that a heck of a lot more than our family and our friends do.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, like, and so, yeah. And so it's just not a, you know, you were talking to me about like the AI generated stuff in blogs and how that's going to change everything with Google and organic. And like your mom, when she searches on Google, she doesn't know that. She has no clue idea that it's AI, that this, what stuff is AI generated. Like, why would she know that? You know, like even when you label it, right? Like, I don't know what that's called, but like the little breadcrumbs at the top, and it's like, this was generated by AI, and this little disclaimer thing, you know, and it's like, this was authored by AI, edited by real person Susie. Like, you know that because you're in the industry, you see it, but we don't.
They don't even
as consumers, we don't read that. I don't look at the author.